All right, it's time for another film review where we get to sit down, pull the curtain back, and watch film with two former NFL offensive linemen, Jeremiah Sirles and Alex Boone. I'm Phil Mackey, representing the fans. This is the O-line committee. And at first, we were going to venture into a C.J. Stroud film breakdown because the Texans have 3 wins on the season. And then I started going through. We're going to do a C.J. Stroud breakdown at some point, like probably in the next 2 or 3 weeks on this show. DeMeco Ryans' Houston Texans defense has gone from 27th in yardage last year. He comes in top 10 after the first third of the season. And they gave up a bunch of yards to the Saints in that win on Sunday, but it was just key stop after key stop and big play. So we're going to take a look at the trenches and what happened for the Houston Texans defense, gentlemen.
Love it. Yeah, they're playing with their hair on fire. I mean, DeMeco Ryan, we knew what he was in San Fran and the personality that he brought to that San Fran defense. And you're really actually still seeing it on that San Fran defense right to this day. And he brought that over. And much like Dan Campbell with the Lions, this defense is embodying his aggressive mentality, his tenacity, his detail-orientedness, like all of that. You're seeing all of it turn onto tape because there is some new players on this tape. But for the most part, a lot of these dudes were there last year. Like a lot of these rostered players were on that 27th ranked defense, and they didn't just magically get better. Like, yeah, they probably got better in the offseason, but they're just buying into the scheme and trusting the scheme and just trusting that this coach is going to put them in the right situation.
Agreed.
Dude, tenacity is a great word, by the way.
Love
I think people need to use the word
Way to bring
tenacity
that up.
more
Yeah,
often.
right?
Yeah, tenacity.
The tenacity of this defense.
Let's go full screen here. And by the way, if you enjoy these film breakdowns, or maybe you're new to the film breakdowns and the podcast, click that subscribe button and the like button on the O-Line Committee YouTube channel as we continue to grow this brand new offensive line lifestyle community here on this channel, boys. So
Look at that
all
four
right.
call right there. Give me a 4 call. Hit me.
We'll roll this here full. I'm gonna go full speed here. We'll roll it once and then we'll back it up before Boone yells at me. Pause it. Pause it.
Stop it.
I'm always going to lose
Stop it.
something. Here we go. Oh, we got the double motion. Oh, see? They tried to trick him, and they tried to get him out of what they wanted, and they were like, "No, we're not that stupid. We're going to go with you."
They're playing base, 3 linebackers on the field.
Jesus. That play had no chance.
Yeah, what's
Why? Because
happening here?
52 just came right off the edge.
Well, initially you're thinking here, okay, we'll be able to, with 48 being down in the box, I mean, this is just, again, Derek Carr needs to learn how to count and understand that there's 7 guys in the box. We probably only have 6 blockers if we're going to run to the strength. You need to kill this play and go weak.
Yes.
Like, that's the answer here, right? So much of what we look for as offensive linemen in this play is, okay, what went wrong? Well, how do we get ourselves in a better situation? So play it out here again, Mackey. So he kills it to go strong. He's like, we're going to run to the tight end. But the problem being that Trevor Penning now has to climb on that third linebacker in the box instead of stay on the backside here, which just allows him to be short one, right? He's an unblocked player. Now go back to the beginning of this, and the way you fix this is you go, okay, you want to load over there where it's strong? We're going to run back weak. So we're going to run inside zone here to the left. 70 would be man-on-man on the defensive end.
Yep.
Center and the guard with combo block up to that linebacker. Right guard, right tackle, combo up to the middle linebacker, 87 and 80, combo up to 53, and you give yourself a fighting chance. But
So you'd have like these 2 dudes would be technically
It'd be
unblocked, but
it'd be
it'd be like a
money.
4-yard gain or something.
It would be probably even more because you're gapping, you're going to be it, you're going to see it backside.
Yeah.
You have everybody covered up. but the
everyone's
problem is-
covered up. The farthest guy that's going to be unblocked is the safety.
Yeah.
And that's why you give yourself a fighting chance. The minute you set yourself in motions and they even went across the ball, I even like that front. I have no problems running it into that because, like
No.
Jay said, you give yourself a fighting chance because you put a helmet on every helmet.
Ooh, 4 to a side.
Not today.
4 to a side. What a great blitz. This is 3rd down, right?
Yes.
Gotta be.
3rd down, tight end's right. So we're going to go to the strength here, which is right, I believe. Or does he move us back left? This is key right.
You got to go to the right.
I think you go left here. He's going right. His head's tilted right.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Dude, you have 4 to a side.
Yeah, so we go right here. They don't send 4 to a side. They send 3 to a side here. They send the cross key, so they're sending 25 across the quarterback to block into the backside A gap. And this is actually a very simple blitz. This is guys just winning their one-on-one matchups.
Yep.
Right? This is one-on-one, guys coming through and just beating up on. I mean, 73 has a nice initial punch here, but
Cesar Ruiz.
51 is that
Anderson.
Is that Anderson? Is that Will Anderson, the rook?
Yeah. Caesar needs to see how he starts to hit that first guy. He needs to see that the linebacker's dropped, and he needs to get more out there because he almost accepts this, and it kind of turns him open on the snap. You see that? Like, the minute he's set, he kind of pauses on this first rusher when he should see that this guy is dropped. I don't know if he can see him because he's kind of looking, but right there, see how he kind of absorbs that hit, and it's going to force his leg open, his whole outside open. And once that happens, and he has his hand in your face like that, you lose all your power angles. So you can't really fight anybody off, and that's why it always looks like that.
Yeah, I think initially he's thinking this is going to be a twist, right? You see when Caesar has that left hand out there on the defensive nose guard that 78 is blocking. And if you go back to half a tick here, Mac.
Here.
Yeah, if you go back a half a tick here.
Here, I'm going to go quarter speed for you guys.
I'll tell you when to pause it. And pause it. Right? See how his left arm is actually engaged with that guy? He's assuming this is going to be a TE stunt, right? The nose is going to pick him and he's going to loop him. But Will Anderson just kind of does a nice job of rushing not through the outside and just right down the middle of him and feeling a soft shoulder, like Boone said, with the power angle. And then he converts that long arm bull, making Carr have to step up here. And then they just kind of naturally fall into a linebacker tackle stunt here because the running back does a nice job, actually. And he just falls into this sack. But that's all created by Will Anderson creating pressure off the right guard.
Rookie.
Yeah, he's a beast, man.
Yeah, I mean, rookie that they traded up to get.
That's kind of the same deal here.
No, this is a trap. You're not blocking the backside because you're sending the guard and the tackle through the center's backside block, and you need 70 to go block that linebacker because this ball's supposed to be so quick hitting. I guess the problem that I have with this is that he reverses out. See how he kind of like reverses out like that? And it's like it almost puts that defensive end in a great position to just see everything.
Little trick of the trade here, Penning. Widen your split.
Always.
Like if you're on the backside of these inside downhill trap plays and you know you're leaving the end man unblocked, I mean, you can do it on tape. Yeah, it's going to show up, but it's like in the real time, that DN's too stupid to understand if you're at a 1 foot split or a 2 foot split.
Yeah.
Right.
Like he doesn't key in that well. There's certain guys that will, but like he doesn't give himself a chance here because of that really tight split. But this also just goes back to Will Anderson being a freak show.
But go back real quick. See how the quarterback's showing the ball to Will Anderson? I would never want my quarterback to open up to an unblocked player and show him the ball. Why? Because you're telling him what you're doing. You're giving him eyes on the ball right now. So he's basically like, oh, you're just going to hand it to him? I'm just going to close right here, as opposed to turning the other way.
That's interesting. Yeah.
I don't find that very smart.
And even like, so why wouldn't Derek Carr turn the other way on this?
That's my whole point. I don't know. Maybe he didn't. Maybe he messed up. Maybe something happened. Maybe that's how they call it. I'm not sure. But
yeah, because the other thing here is you're putting yourself at a lot of risk for 73 to knock that ball out on his pull. Like if you go back there, like if 73 is scooting and booting, and he's like, man, I got to go, and like he throws his elbow to get open here, like that's you want to open to the right here. And I don't know if that's a mess up on Carr or what, but it also is you're bringing Kamara back to the unblocked player.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I don't know why they did that. And at the same time, it's a trap. You need to get your ass down to the A-gap right now. It is the fastest hitting play other than a wham because we're trying to catch everybody off guard. We're not blocking the 3 technique. We're literally leaving him unblocked for a second.
Here we go. Checking into it. Overload
communication
front.
here.
Overload front.
What are they saying?
Hey, we're going 3 bigs here on the left side. We're going to sort number 39, 51. You may come with us if we leave him. 71, earn your money.
Here we go, baby.
Against Will Anderson.
Right? Oh, look at this. Oh
no. Let's just check it.
This is a key third down. It's like a 3rd and 3 late in the game here, down by 7.
What is Carr doing? Go back. What is Carr doing?
Get rid of him. Get rid of him. What are you doing? All right, go ahead, hit play. I got to see this again.
Well, let's go ahead and do our fun thing again where we like to count from 1 to 6. How many white jerseys do we have? 5. How many blue jerseys? 6. Like, you just can't do it, man.
All right, go back.
Does Penning screw this up?
That's what we're not sure, and you can tell Jay and I don't know if it's the guard or the tackle that messed up because the center could have easily called him on an A, which would then send Trevor down. and he should have known that. Now, you're in a stadium, it's very loud, you see them two talking. I'm sure that's what the miscommunication was, because we would never zone block and have everybody manned up. That's not a zone.
No, I think the left tackle misses the memo here.
I think he does too.
I think
Sadly.
the left tackle missed the check for whatever reason. But even then, this might actually be a play if he gets it right.
Yeah, it is a play.
It's a play if he gets it right.
So if 70 gets this right, this could be a house call. I apologize yelling at you, Derek Carr. I didn't realize Penning messed this up.
Yeah,
So
no,
if
because look,
Penning
you have
washes
Caesar
this
on the
down,
linebacker.
right?
Yeah, it's basically inside zone right here, right? And it's almost you could almost score here if you get that block. All you have to do is cut him off, because this ball is going to follow the right guard out of there.
Let's see
ahead,
let's see how the blocks on the front side end up.
So imagine that being blocked. I mean, it is. This is all open lane, right?
Yeah, because that's a really good A block between, I think that's McCoy and who is that? I'm not sure who 73 is. I think that's a really good A block, right? They're caving it down. He's staying square. Yeah, I mean, if Penning Garcia. If Penning gets the memo here, now that safety's flying in there between the B gap, he'd be unblocked, but you'd want to tell Kamara to cut back off that A block on the backside between the center and the left guard. And I think Penning just missed the memo.
Yeah.
Can't do that. But again, really good job by players. So many times you see players like that get unblocked like that and start to panic as D tackles. Like, is it a screen? What are we doing, right? And he just trusted his assignment, shot his gun, and went.
All right, here it is. Game on the line. So it's 4th and 10. Ball on the 24-yard line, and there's 21 seconds left. Saints need a touchdown.
That's all she wrote.
A first down, but a touchdown ultimately.
Here we go. Hey, almost like the same defense we just saw. Oh. God. Get off, Garcia. Oh.
This is a nice blitz. This is a lot of moving parts.
I'm going to call this magic. This goes back now a long time. There are a lot of people moving around. When we used to come up and guys were moving around and talking, we would just say like a radar magic, but now they get set, so we would be trying to say what this is. This is just an overload to the side. Right, like you have your one guy over here, another guy over here, and then you have everybody else over here. So they're trying to draw you to the protection over here. Why? Because everybody's going to be moving around, and so all of a sudden the chaos is about to happen. And watch how it happens.
So they identify to the right. They identify 52. Right, that's something I think is really important for people to understand. Like McCoy is not identifying 53 here, and I'm not 100% sure why. But you can see he's sliding past 53. And he's saying, hey, we're going to 52, because watch his head as he snaps this. 53 works back to the left side of the football, and he just keeps setting. Right, so he's setting past, right? Like he has no intention of blocking 53. The back has 53. So I think that they went through, hey, and then you see him try and come back late here, but they bring that extra safety down, so they actually send 2 weak. They blitz 2 to the back. And which is why this gets home, because Kamara closes his eyes and ends up blocking neither one.
He blocks nobody here.
Go back. You can tell he's going to 52 too, because 64 lets that defensive tackle through.
Yep.
So he's expecting the center to be there with him, because look, he's got eyes on 52 right now. You can see that's Salvadori. He's looking at 52. Center's there. Left guard, you're on your own. You need to stay. And this is probably what happened. In the moment, you don't get numbers. You just see a flash of color. And when you do, you normally panic. And you're kind of like, well, it's got to be a twist with one of our guys, so someone will be here. So he probably started to send it to the center. The center's like, oh, shit, that's not our guy, but I should probably come back because he probably thinks it's our guy. And here's Saldivari like, oh, well, the center's here with me, which I don't know why he didn't notice, because when he leaves the center, you can always tell he's gone. It just feels
Talk about
like
the right guard. The right guard here. See how his eyes are, 64. One more
64, yeah. See how he's looking to the right? There, when you're in that position, you feel a massive void next to you. Like it's just a weird, eerie feeling. Like you're like, I'm blocking this guy all by myself, I feel like. And that's when he should have been like, what's going on over here? Like, see how he's looking, not feeling, and all of a sudden, no matter what, Carr's getting hit here from somewhere.
Yeah. I mean, this is
just a really good blitz.
Yeah, this is cover zero. This is a really well-designed blitz, because 73 can't pass one to take one here. Right, so 73 ends up blocking no one because he doesn't. It's like Boone said, he feels a looper, but he doesn't feel someone coming over with him. And so that's the cardinal sin as an offensive lineman, is to just pass someone to no one and then slide to no one. Right, you just got to use. If you buy him, the rule was always if you touch him, you take him. right? Like if you touch him. So right there, 73 should have never came off on that guy. And either Kamara's going to block the linebacker or Carr's got to beat the safety with the ball to get the ball downfield.
Do you guys like, I think one thing that, so if it's a 4th and 10, they need a first down, but they also need a touchdown. So they're looking to get something down the field, right? Do you guys, as an offensive line, is it a lot harder in those situations? And I guess as a quarterback, when the defense decides, you know what, we're going to send extra dudes and force the ball out of your hand early? Because a lot of defenses might play back, right? Maybe only rush 3 in a situation like that, keep everything underneath. But then there's the school of thought of, no, let's be aggressive, get the ball out of his hand if we get burned.
It all
over
depends.
The top.
It all depends on the receiving core, right? Like I don't think Houston was super worried about Michael Thomas or Chris Olave roasting one of their corners and Carr being able to put it right where it needs to be, right? You talk about if you do that to a team that's got A.J. Brown or Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, like an elite wide receiver that if he makes one guy miss and cover 0 there, it's a touchdown.
Yeah,
right. Like they're gone, or a big physical wide receiver that can break an arm tackle. Like think back to like Julio Jones, like those type of big receivers. You're much less likely to be competitive and like go after them as a defense there, besides sit back. But if you have a team that's not a number 1 receiver, a quarterback that's been struggling, you absolutely turn the pressure up and come after them.
yeah,
For sure, because pressure is only going to create bad things, and that's the name of the game. The more pressure you put on a bad quarterback, the more it's going to become problems. Or a quarterback that can't get the ball out to his receivers on time. Like we would know in the game how the game was going, how the end of the game would happen. Like if you were going in at halftime and the quarterback wasn't doing well, you were like, hey, pressure's going up. They're going to start putting more heat on him. If we were roasting dudes, you were like, hey, if anything, just watch out for a twist, right? Like we're going to mash them. But as the game goes on and you don't do anything, teams start to put more pressure on you because they're going to eventually mess it up. They're not doing anything when we're not putting pressure on. Imagine what happens when we make them speed up this process.
yeah. And speaking of speeding up processes, the Houston Texans may have sped up their process with just having some game-changing players, defense, and then we'll do at some point a breakdown of C.J. Stroud. But that's a much feistier, more competitive team than people probably outside of the Houston Texans building and fan base thought so far through the first 6 weeks of the season.
Yeah, whenever you draft a rookie quarterback, you're coin flipping if he's going to be a true difference maker early on, and Stroud's getting better each and every week.
Yep.
And
All
to
right,
be fair, no Caleb Williams for you guys, huh? Huh? Kidding. I'm kidding. He doesn't want to play there anyways.
No, they're not, the Texans aren't on the list. Sorry.
We're not on the list of owner majority stake. I got it. Roger that.
So if you guys enjoyed this film breakdown, please click the subscribe button and the like button on the O-Line Committee YouTube channel and send us suggestions of things you'd like to see these guys break down in the future. See ya.